Shiloh Sanders and Desmond Watson just crashed Tampa Bay's rookie camp. These were not the names people expected to dominate headlines, but here they are, taking all the attention away from Baker Mayfield and first-round pick Amika Ibuka. Shiloh, the son of Deion Sanders, came in with no draft pick and no promises. Yet his energy, swagger, and hustle instantly grabbed the spotlight. He's not just blending in, he's forcing fans and teammates to notice him. Watson brought a completely different kind of shock. Standing 6'6" and weighing nearly 465 pounds, he looked more like a mountain than a football player. A short clip of him moving through drills spread across the internet, and suddenly Tampa had a viral sensation in camp. This wasn't supposed to happen. The Buccaneers were set to spend camp talking about stability at quarterback and polish at wide receiver. Instead, two unlikely rookies have completely hijacked the story. The thrill of this camp is simple. Nobody knows if Sanders and Watson are camp hype or future stars, but one thing is clear. They've already stolen the stage, and now the focus shifts to how Shiloh Sanders keeps this fire burning. Don't forget to subscribe to Read Unhort for more powerful NFL stories. Shiloh Sanders is turning Tampa's camp into his own stage. Every practice snap, every burst of energy, and every celebration has made him the center of attention. Fans can't get enough, and even critics are starting to admit he's bringing life to the field. What stands out most is his connection with people. After practices, Shiloh is out there signing autographs, talking with kids, and showing real personality. That spark matters in the Florida heat when camp days start dragging and players need someone to keep the energy alive. Some call it showboating, but for the Buccaneers, it feels more like fuel. Veterans are noticing, teammates are backing him up, and the locker room is responding to his presence. For a guy who wasn't even drafted, that kind of impact is rare. The truth is simple. Shiloh doesn't have a guaranteed spot, but he's playing like every rep is his last. That mindset is winning people over. He's showing he can bring value not just with plays on the field, but with the fire that keeps a team motivated. The more he stacks these moments, the harder it becomes to ignore him. And while Shiloh keeps pushing his case, another rookie with a completely different story, Desmond Watson, is forcing Tampa to pay attention too. Shiloh Sanders is no lock, but he's forcing Tampa to think twice. He entered as an undrafted free agent, the type of player most teams sign and quietly cut. Instead, he's made himself impossible to ignore. The Buccaneers don't have much proven depth at safety, and that's where his chance opens up. Every strong rep gives him a real shot at climbing the depth chart, and right now he's making the most of those chances. Teammates have noticed the grind, coaches like his attitude, and the veterans respect his effort. That combination is powerful for someone fighting from the bottom because it builds trust inside the locker room. Off the field, his personality adds to the case. Shiloh knows how to connect with fans and how to carry the Sanders name without letting it weigh him down. That kind of maturity is rare for a rookie who had to scratch just to get in the door. All of this means the Buccaneers now face a real decision. Shiloh has gone from camp body to roster candidate, and the momentum is only building. But as he pushes forward, another giant story is forming in Tampa with Desmond Watson. Desmond Watson stole the show the moment he walked onto the field. At 6'6" and nearly 465 pounds, his size alone made him impossible to miss. But when clips of him moving through drills hit social media, he went from unknown rookie to national story overnight. Fans couldn't believe how someone that massive could move with quick feet. The viral ladder drill clip became a symbol of what makes Watson such a fascinating player, raw size mixed with surprising flashes of athletic ability. It gave Tampa a rookie who instantly caught the public eye. The buzz around him isn't just about weight, it's about what he could become if the Buccaneers manage to shape him into a usable piece on defense. Teams rarely find a player this unique, and when they do, it feels like a chance worth taking. Inside camp, Watson's presence alone changes the atmosphere. Players line up against him knowing they're facing a wall of strength, and that test sharpens the competition. Even coaches know the upside if they can unlock his conditioning and keep him on the field. Right now, the question isn't whether Desmond Watson is interesting, it's whether he can last in the NFL. And that leads directly into the biggest challenge standing in his way, his own conditioning battle. Desmond Watson's biggest opponent isn't a lineman, it's his own weight. At the college level, he could lean on size alone, but the NFL is faster, sharper, and far less forgiving. If he can't get in shape, no raw strength will save him. Coaches know the talent is there, his frame and raw power are rare, and pairing that with discipline could turn him into a run-stopping weapon. But progress has been slow, and every pound he carries adds more doubt about whether he can truly keep up. The criticism has followed him since Florida. Fans and analysts question why someone with this much upside wasn't pushed harder to be ready for the next level. Those concerns have only grown louder now that he's on an NFL stage. Still, there are signs of effort. Reports say Watson has begun showing improvement in practices, slowly cutting weight and proving he wants the chance to stay. It's not about highlight drills anymore. It's about building consistency. For the Buccaneers, the gamble is clear.
If Watson trims down while keeping his natural strength, he could turn into a dangerous partner next to Vita Vea. That potential makes his journey one of the most closely watched stories in Tampa. Amika Ibuka walked into Tampa as the biggest surprise of draft night. Taken 19th overall, many wondered if the Buccaneers reached too early, but one look at his polish and reliability explains why the team made that bold call. Ibuka doesn't play with flash, but he rarely makes mistakes. He catches clean, runs sharp routes, and blocks when needed. That steady production makes him a coach's dream and a quarterback's safety net, especially for Baker Mayfield, who values consistency. What sets him apart is how quickly he has adjusted to the NFL environment. From building chemistry with his new quarterback to earning the trust of the offensive line, Ibuka is already blending in like a veteran. He's not chasing the spotlight, he's just doing the work. For Tampa, Ibuka represents stability at a position where age is catching up to their starters. And while he may not carry endless upside, his floor is high enough to matter right away. As Ibuka settles in, the spotlight shifts back to the hidden value of Tampa's undrafted class. Nick Jackson wasted no time proving he belongs. The linebacker piled up 555 tackles in college, and that production speaks louder than any scouting report. Tampa signed him as an undrafted rookie, but his experience gives him a real chance to push for snaps. Alongside him, Shiloh Sanders continues to make noise. His signing cost the Buccaneers almost nothing, but his energy and the Sanders name bring attention that most undrafted players never receive. Add his growing presence on the field, and suddenly he looks like more than just a marketing move. The mix of Jackson's toughness and Shiloh's spark shows why undrafted players can never be overlooked. They don't carry the hype of early picks, but they fight harder because every rep might be their only chance. That hunger is exactly what camp is built for. For Tampa, these additions are more than depth fillers. They are low-cost, high-effort players who could force their way onto the roster. And if they keep stacking good days, they might turn into two of the smartest signings the team has made this offseason. Shiloh Sanders and Desmond Watson have already changed the mood in Tampa. Their names weren't supposed to dominate headlines, but now they've become the most talked-about rookies in camp. Energy, size, and raw hunger have made them impossible to ignore. Amika Ibuka brings the opposite vibe: calm, reliable, and polished. His presence gives Tampa's offense a steady option and a player who can contribute right away. He doesn't need hype. His consistency speaks for itself. Nick Jackson adds the grit that every roster needs. His production in college was elite, and that toughness is carrying over as he battles for a spot. Along with Shiloh, he represents how undrafted players can still deliver serious value. Together, this rookie group gives Tampa Bay more than expected. They mix flash with stability and risk with reward. If even a few of them turn camp buzz into real impact, the Buccaneers might look back at this class as the one that reshaped their future.